This is David Lindsay from Fenway Education. While no single theory covers everything, we can at least teach what we know and provide both the stories and the science behind it. For the stories, seeing other people demonstrate skills has a big impact on the belief that we can do it as well. Whereas science helps us back it up with evidence and makes a complete narrative. In a fascinating study of knowing your limits, researchers asked participants to cycle as hard as they could for 4 kilometers. Later, these exact same participants were given the same instructions, but were able to race against an avatar of their previous ride. What they didn't know that the avatar was actually going faster than the previous ride. The results? The cyclists rode alongside their avatars, riding significantly faster than their previous maximal effort. This study clearly showcases one of the most important traits that differentiates a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. That is, raise their expectations, accepting exciting challenges in which we could see in that experiment with a cyclist. Want another story? Google search Roger Bannister and the first ever 4-minute mile. So there are 3 growth mindset characteristics. The first one is having a passion for learning. People with a growth mindset have a desire to keep learning. Your goal is to improve your knowledge as much as possible. From a researcher at Stanford University to a job with less responsibility, their desire to learn never diminishes. Number 2, accept exciting challenges. For those with a growth mindset, a challenge is something we embrace. In reality, we see a challenge as an opportunity to prove yourself. When the opportunity arises to challenge yourself, rise to the challenge and show that mindset enables people's ability to succeed. Number 3, higher resilience. People with a growth mindset accept failure as a means of learning and improvement. We think that challenges help us to grow, and the effort and persistence allows us to dominate. And now you might be thinking, how about the fixed mindset? A person with a fixed mindset covers their flaws and is defensive if they're pointed out. To be flawed is to be human. But to a person with a fixed mindset, they are fatal and must be hidden at all times. Often, pointing out flaws in any way to a person with a fixed mindset will result in a diversionary tactic, an overreaction, or even a vicious response, depending on the threat level. They also view feedback as a personal attack. This person will swear more over than the reviews than the actual reason they're being reviewed. Last but not least, they are threatened by the success of others. Since their traits and talents are fixed, they tend to believe that their success is also fixed. If someone else finds themselves experience exponential growth, success of any kind, or just happiness apart from their success, they feel both threatened and completely confused. And they might be thinking, what is the magic sauce? And why don't I have it? Having these thoughts can be dangerous because a fixed mindset can often prevent important skill development and growth, which can sabotage your health and happiness into the long term. It may also leave young people more vulnerable to developing mental health difficulties. People who believe that they cannot become smarter, less shy, or socially more skilled may feel unable to control unwanted life events and thus be more vulnerable to anxiety, depression, or aggression. A number of correlational studies have found that fixed mindsets of emotion and anxiety are particularly related to psychological distress. It was also found that fixed mindset of depression predicted depression symptoms, and fixed mindsets of anxiety were more strongly associated with hopelessness and mental health syndrome. The findings also indicated a strong association between mindsets and suicidality. Suicide is an effort to stop the unbearable flow of negative effects. And when one suffers from depression, anxiety, and stress and thinks the symptoms are chronic and unmanageable, the person will be more likely to be despairing and frustrated than those who think the symptoms can be changed and improved later. Hopelessness also leads to suicidality. How does your mindset affect you? Our mindset affects how we see the world. And if yours is distorted, so will the way you see yourself and others. Our beliefs and our thoughts shape the way that we behave, even if we don't realize it. Developing the right mindset is crucial to succeeding in life. So which one of these mindsets do you lean towards? Which one of these mindsets do you prefer? Which one of these mindsets would you rather surround yourself with? Stay tuned for the next video and we'll discuss more about mindsets. This is David Lindsay from Phantom Leap Education. Discover your possibilities.